Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains cast list and summary analysis. We just got the cast list for episode 92. Now, I do want to say, this gives a major spoiler, most likely a major spoiler, for who is going to win the Bohman and Blue Maiden duel. If you do not want to know about that, and you want to remain spoiler-free, now is your chance to click off this video to do so. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's begin with the episode 92 cast list, which DMC was nice enough to translate about an hour or 2 hours ago, so big thank you to him. Episode 92 is titled The Ultimate Ordeal. The summary for this is actually much less revealing than the normal summary is. A foe appears before Playmaker. It was someone that nobody could have expected. Man, if that was the... I mean, I think most of us would have known it was going to be Shoichi if that was the summary that we got for 92, but we know for a fact, it's already been confirmed, that it will be Kusanagi versus Playmaker in 92. So here is the cast list, a list of people that will be speaking in the next episode. We have Yusaku, Playmaker, Ai, Homura, Flame, Kusanagi, Akira, Emma, Ryokin, Faust, Gnome, Vira, Bohman, Lightning, Jin, Hayami, Frog and Pigeon, and the extras. The names notably missing from the cast list are Aoi's Aizen, Blue Maiden, and Aqua. So this cast list pretty much confirms what I think, unfortunately, most of us knew in our heart of hearts. At least I did. I mean, I made this pick with my heart over my brain, which was completely my fault. I picked Blue Maiden to win, obviously. She's not speaking, especially the fact that Aqua is not speaking. I think that tells me that most likely, probably a 98% chance, Bohman is going to win this duel and probably will. I mean, I guess Aoi is just going to die, or, you know, quote-unquote die. I mean, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Bohman's probably going to absorb Aqua, and that will be it. Most likely, of course, there still is a chance that the cast list is not telling the full story, and maybe Blue Maiden will get a win and Bohman will still destroy them. I think of the Kaito and Misael Moon duel. Now, no, I'm not comparing the Moon duel to this duel by any means, but in that duel, if we were following the cast list and summaries at the time, Misael would have been on the cast list, Kaito would not have been on the cast list. Everyone would have said, oh, well, Misael wins, Kaito dies. That's not what happened. Now, those were very... different circumstances. So I do not want to compare that duel with this duel. I'm just using that duel as an example that the cast list doesn't always tell the full story. That's me making one final begging plea that maybe something crazy will happen. But, it wasn't what I wanted to wake up to, seeing, it would have been cool if all three names were on the cast list, so it still would have left that kind of ominous, unable to predict 100% feeling going into the duel. You never know what's going to happen, though. But by the way, I am never, even though I wanted Blue Maiden to win with, I've said it in the beginning of my 91 review or my 90 review, there is never a character that I wanted to win as badly as her, probably in the last 5 years of Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest, especially with how certain people in the community were acting. That being said, before this duel began, I said if Bohman wins, I'm not going to criticize him winning at all. And I'm not. I think Bohman needed the win just as much as she did. The aspect that I'm going to criticize if this duel does play out like I think most of us know it's going to play out is Blue Maiden dueling Bohman rather than Soulburner. And remove the whole girl versus guy debate, remove the whole male versus female or female character treatment debate. Just look at it from a which character needed the win more debate. And someone please try to argue with me that you believe Soulburner needed the win more than Blue Maiden did. And that Blue Maiden couldn't have been the one to duel Wendy, Soulburner dueled Bohman. That's the aspect that I will argue if it plays out that way. Of course, I'm not going to spend much time in this video arguing something that has not yet happened. That being said, it does look like it is going to be an old RIP, an old press F for respects for Blue Maiden in this upcoming duel. Akira and Emma are talking, interestingly enough. They are going to be reacting to most likely, once again, the end of Blue Maiden, so it'll be interesting to see what role they have going forward if they are going to get their hands dirty in Mirror Link VRains. Of course, there's probably not any surefire way for them to enter. What very well could happen is they're going to be reacting, just like I'm sure Faust, Gnome, and Vira will be, and Revolver, and Soulburner, to the Kusanagi movement. To the fact that Kusanagi is going to be entering Mirror Link VRains and challenging Playmaker for this episode and probably a two-part duel, which is going to be an insane duel. I am so excited for that duel. And that's the thing. Even if, and that's what I think Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains set up really well, even if there is going to be a Blue Maiden loss and there's going to be maybe a lot of hangover in the community, because I'd say, I mean, just look at when DMC posted the cast list on his Twitter. Every comment, almost every comment was like, oh, disappointed, oh, this is disappointing, and I'm disappointed too. But at least right after what probably will be a very disappointing result for a majority of the community, we're going to get an amazing plot-heavy duel between Kusanagi and Playmaker, a duel that no one saw coming, but everyone wanted to happen, which is really awesome. So I'm very excited for that, and that's where I'm obviously going to be looking forward to based on how this duel ends. Bohman most likely going to win. How will that impact the story going forward? He most likely is the final villain of the arc, the final antagonist, if it's not going to be Lightning. I was thinking that Lightning was going to call Kusanagi because he was backed into a corner where he had no one else. He might still feel that him and Bohman alone aren't enough to take down Revolver, Soulburner, and Playmaker, which is why he is still making kind of a desperate plea to get Kusanagi to fight Playmaker. It'll be interesting to see the thought process that goes through Lightning's head. He's a very calculating Ignis, and so I'm very interested to see why he's chosen to do this now rather than later. Jin is also speaking, which is really cool. It's a name that we don't see too often on the cast list, Jin Kusanagi. He'll probably say one or two lines. I'm not expecting much. Maybe Lightning will even free Jin for a brief period of time so that Jin can talk to Kusanagi and then retake him over. I think that might really mess with Kusanagi's psyche, and that might be the turning point to get Kusanagi to duel Playmaker. If Lightning frees Jin and Jin starts begging Kusanagi to help him, that would mess anyone up if they saw their brothers go through something like that. So that could be why Jin is speaking. Maybe Lightning is going to do something pretty heinous to get Kusanagi to duel Playmaker. I doubt it will be something as simple as, hey, you need to duel Playmaker. Or actually, you know what? It might be, though, because the main motivation here is to save Jin. That's always been Shoichi's main motivation. So it might be something as simple as that, and it would still make sense. Other than that, there's no shockers on this cast list at all. The three lieutenants, Vira, Faust, and Gnome, are speaking because they are working with Kusanagi, so obviously they're going to have some thoughts on Kusanagi actually leaving to go into Link VRains to fight the head of the team that they are currently working for. Hayami speaking. Maybe she'll make another announcement like she did in 90. I believe that was her in episode 90, because she didn't actually make an appearance in 90. She just made an announcement about Link VRains over the loudspeaker. No Naoki, but that's okay. So yeah, it'll be a really interesting episode. I'm so excited for 92, and I'm still very excited to see how 91 plays out. I said at the beginning of that duel that you could justify a win for either character very strongly, and even if the duel's not going to go the way that I wish it was going to go, I'm not going to back off of that. I'm still going to stand by that. And Bohman to get a win, the main antagonist, it'll be cool. But we will analyze that and see how everything plays out when it plays out. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons Alexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, James Rose, Omni Lord, and Neko Yuu-Chan, and to my Diamond tier patrons Bouldergeist and Jesse Wood, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons Syn Cloud and Chris Swan. A huge thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. It really breathes life into this channel, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you to everyone who just watches these videos, because without you guys, I would not be able to do this. I will see you tomorrow for what was sure to be a very riveting episode 91 of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. Excited to hear all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you as always so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.